What's up, you guys? ToyShiz here, and I got a really rockin' video for you guys today, courtesy of my friend Troy Zaffino, toy reporter, ace reporter up in Canada. He went to the Fan Expo and managed to grab me this sweet interview with the creators, some of your creators at least, of the Marvel Legends line. We got the amazing Ryan Ting, and then of course Dwight. They're both rocking it. They're delivering all sorts of X-Men figures, Spider-Man figures, Marvel Legend, MCU, you name it. And now we got this amazing new Alpha Flight reveal, and it's going to be a box set that's going to be hitting this coming December, and you can pre-order it. I'll put the link in the description below. But I just want to say thank you so much to Troy. He absolutely rocked it. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. He asked some very good questions. I really appreciate it. Here we go.
Hey guys, I'm here with ToyShiz, and we just got a huge reveal at the Marvel Legends panel at Fan Expo. I don't know if you can see behind them, but that's Alpha Flight. I mean, holy goodness. Can you tell me about what made this happen? I know we've been talking for, 3 years about this Alpha Flight box set that never happened. So, now we have it.
First of all, what's up, ToyShiz? How's it going?
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Dwight.
We had worked on this box set about 3 years ago for Toys R Us in the States. And when Toys R Us went away, this item just sadly got kind of left aside. So since that point in time, and then trying to figure out how to bring it back, it had only made it through sculpting. So we were able to go back, revisit, tweak the sculpts. Every year we create new bodies that are better. So it gave us the opportunity to come up with some new ways to reconfigure some of these characters. We made some new parts, and I think we added a figure or two that probably wasn't in the original set to bring this out for you guys.
And this is going to be an Amazon global exclusive, correct? Do we have a time frame when that's going to be released?
It is going to ship before the end of the year. Probably we're talking December-ish.
December's going to be a busy month with everything happening all at once.
Yeah.
But that also brings me to something I asked at the panel about the Gray Hulk. I know you guys can't really talk about it right now, but that has been leaked and people have it in hand. Is there anything we maybe can know about it?
It's the same height as our other Hulk.
Same height, same card. It comes in a shipper box too. Yeah, no, I mean, we're still working with our PR friends globally to figure out what to do. How to announce it, but it's going to be available to more people.
Awesome. And you guys showed the Danny Moonstar off at San Diego and here today. Has a lot of accessories, different heads, different hands. Is there going to be a male equivalent to that maybe down the line with some New Mutants?
I think we can look at something like that.
Yeah.
Hadn't thought about that, but yeah, I don't see why not. It's a nice, easy way to get you multiples. Troop building is great in any way, as long as you guys have the ability to get enough that you guys want. So,
What would it be though? It's like Sunspot.
It had to be Cypher and there has to be another New Mutant somewhere. That's Guy.
Cannonball with legs.
Yeah.
All right, so I know we talked about this at San Diego. You guys didn't know anything about Phase 4 going in.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to go see the panel, and you guys saw all those massive reveals. Now, we know we're probably maybe going to get figures for the movies, but the Disney Plus shows, are we going to see some representation in the Marvel Legends line?
I'd like to.
I would like to as well, because I mean, those characters, a lot of them are ones we already know and love for many years. So I think we will treat everything. And I think Disney has said this too, that Kevin has said that the Disney Plus shows will inform the movies, whereas prior, when they would do TV, they kind of never directly overlapped, but now you have the big overlap and one affecting the other. So I think we would look to do Disney Plus style Legends as well.
Awesome. Now, we're seeing some great figures coming from that retro wave. The X-Men wave is doing incredibly well here in Canada. Is there maybe more plans to do some of those X-Men characters maybe next year, or are we looking at a different line?
For retro specifically?
For the retro?
Yeah, just for the retro.
I would like to do something different. If the line continues to do well, I think that's kind of the fun of it, being able to figure out another piece of the past to recreate. So, and like Ryan mentioned on the panel, there's still Iron Man, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. There might be more, but I know of at least those, other variations that could, warrant a really cool card look.
And our creative services team back in the office is amazing. You know, Dwight was saying how Ben and team actually go buy the old figures. So it's a lot of investment for them to create a new line look. But then once we have it,
Yeah.
you can kind of go back more easily, right? So it was a big undertaking to do the Marvel Superheroes line look, and then we did the X-Men line look. But now that those are basically done, you just kind of need a new character illustration, and the framework exists already, so you never know, we can go back.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of X-Men, we basically just completed Jim Lee style X-Men. We have Jean Grey coming out, basically rounding out everything. Are we looking to go into something else? I know we're going to Age of Apocalypse, but we have Powers of X and House of X that just came out a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people are loving this series. Is there any maybe possibility getting some other eras involved in the X-Men waves?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I think we've done a pretty scattershot approach to a lot of those in the past. I mean, yeah, we've definitely had a heavy focus on the 90s for the last couple of years, but if you go back, we had a lot of modern stuff in there mixed in with some real classics as well. We won't talk about who, but we do have some more really classic X-Men coming in the future, and I think it just helps. We're a little bit behind our reading, but to get some of those new books, I went out trying to find them a couple weeks ago. Went to 3 comic stores and they were sold out of all of them, so I couldn't even find the books to get a look at them.
So good, they're really good. I think one of the best X-Men series that have come out in the last 5 years. So
X-Men always seems to have really good crossovers. They are always really, intriguing and well done. So
they are. Now, Hasbro basically announced this week saying, hey, we're going to eliminate plastic from our packaging. How does that affect the Marvel Legends brand, and what kind of packaging have you guys maybe started to come up with?
I think we're just starting to figure that out. That was, an amazing announcement, and I'm so proud that we're trying to, make every little bit a little bit better, right? But as far as how we're going to go about that, I think we have a lot of exploration to do, and I know other teams have already been working on things. So I think there's a lot that we'll learn over the next couple of months on what that really means and how we're going to go about, making better packaging for the environment, period.
And this is my last question, but I knew that my favorite team from a little kid was Alpha Flight. Now, what maybe character was your favorite, and what would you like to see in the Legends line?
Favorite characters that we haven't got to. When I was little, Iron Man was some of the first stuff I read, and I still remember the cover of Iron Man vs. Sunfire. I still have that old beat up 70s, 80s comic book. When I got to high school, when I really got into reading, it was X-Men. It was the early 90s. It was when they were coming out twice a month. That run, when the first ones that I jumped into was when the X-Men went through the Siege Perilous, and they all got kind of mixed and mattered and scattered across the world. When we got Psylocke put into the new assassin body, when Storm became a kid again, when Jubilee showed up. So I think it would be really fun to hit Gateway, just because he's one of those little weird ones that haven't been done, and that same arc. As people ask me the same question, and part of for me, the same answers. I want more Reavers, because they were hunting the X-Men at that time, and maybe that's because that was the first stuff I read. It really just imprinted on me, but I would love to get more of the cyborgs of the Reavers, and I think a Gateway would be a fun, kind of odd one to throw out there.
I'd say for me, late 90s, it would be Generation X, doing some of those, and then mid 2000s, which was college for me, was that Astonishing X-Men run, right, with kind of the same characters but very specific looks. So Kitty, Colossus, Wolverine, Emma, Cyclops.
Feel like here you're hinting a new Emma Frost, maybe in a white costume. I don't know, Ryan. I mean, you already have the head.
We're just trying to get I know this guy keeps making new heads like Lalandra and Emma, and it's throwing everyone, making them go crazy. But yeah,
well, we knew that the black costume for Emma was going to be controversial, because people are like, oh, well, she's the White Queen. Why is she wearing a black costume? I'm like, well, that was a really cool run when she was, being a good guy, and then when everything went wrong, it's but we're like, if you don't like that, we'll give you a classic White Queen head that you can pop it on there, and then you can put her 2 rows back in your collection, and then you only see her from this way up, and then she's perfect. White Queen.
We
yeah.
should have called it on pack White Queen, like in the black costume, just to like help them out more. But.
That would have thrown everything out the window. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. ToyShiz probably gonna hit you up and say thank you guys for the interviews, but
Pleasure.
Yeah.
He has to come up here one day.
Get him up here. Get him up.
Yeah, ToyShiz, get up here. Thanks, guys.
Sure thing.
So that's going to do it from the questions aspect of this Fan Expo Canada with your Marvel Legends team. Good old Ryan, good old Dwight. Thank you guys again. And a special again, thank you, shout out. You rocked it. You're awesome. Troy Zaffino covering it live from the Fan Expo Canada. I do got to make it up to Canada one of these days. I got to have some poutine and some lovely syrup, maple syrup. I want to go up to a tree and whatever you guys do, you knock on it and then syrup comes out. As I'm told, it's a magical land up in Canada. But I'm curious to know, what do you guys think about this Alpha Flight reveal? What'd you think about any of the answers to the questions? Now, you know they can't give you direct answers all the time. You got to have a little bit of fun with this and just know that, hey, you know what? They're changing up the plastic. They're working on that. They might have some new X-Men characters coming. It's all exciting all around, and we're just going to have Marvel Legends up to our eyeballs. Cannot wait. So, I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, way up Canada way, there's a super special fighting force called Alpha Flight, and they are coming to a box set near you come December. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.